100 precious tips to maintain the health of a 100-year-old traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. A senior practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine is truly wonderful. In total, there are 100 tips, each very valuable. You should read them repeatedly. They will help you enhance your awareness of health. Get enough sleep. Remember, sleep is the most important factor in health preservation. The optimal sleep time should be from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. because this period is the winter of the day. Winter is primarily a time for hiding. Without this period of concealment, spring and summer cannot grow, and the next day will lack energy. Treat the root cause. All medicines used to treat diseases, whether traditional or Western, only address the symptoms and not the root cause. This is because all ailments originate from incorrect causes that produce consequences. If the incorrect causes are not eliminated, the consequences cannot be eradicated. The fundamental source of health is the mind. All phenomena arise from the mind. A calm mind leads to a calm body. Therefore, when ill, instead of seeking external help, one must rely on their own body's recovery system to treat themselves. In reality, humans and animals are alike. Animal diseases are self-recovered, and humans also have that capability. Correct conceptions. Having the right mindset helps patients eliminate diseases much better than using expensive pharmaceuticals and surgery. With the correct conception, you will make the right decisions, act appropriately, and can prevent many emerging diseases. Wisdom from the heart. Humans inherently possess all absolute wisdom not learned from books, but from their sincere, pure heart and meditation. Among living beings, humans are the most spiritually refined. When a person is born, they already have a healthy body. Maintaining a healthy state relies on the body's own regulatory and recovery systems, not external factors. External factors only play a supportive role. The phenomenon of illness. Most human illnesses are manifestations of the body regulating and purifying harmful substances. This is an expression of the body automatically restoring balance. Therefore, we should view it as a normal physiological phenomenon rather than a disease to be eradicated. When a person is ill, they should not harbor resentment or anger. The mind must remain stable. A stable mind allows qi to flow smoothly, which ensures blood circulation, and with smooth qi and blood, all diseases will dissolve. Two fundamental factors. Human health cannot be separated from two factors: adequate qi and blood. Smooth flow of meridians, including blood vessels in the excretory pathways for eliminating waste. Adequate qi and blood. Relying on sufficient food and fluids, especially in the period from dusk until 1 a.m., allows for restful sleep. During this time, the cerebrum is inactive, the autonomic nervous system dominates, coupled with healthy living habits. The smooth flow of meridians requires a calm and pure mind. All desires and the five senses can disrupt the calmness, thereby disrupting the normal flow of meridians. Maintain a healthy body. Being healthy is not only about balance and increasing intake, but also about minimizing loss and conserving qi and blood. Moderation in diet. Overeating not only fails to increase qi and blood, but also turns into waste that burdens the body. Moreover, it depletes qi and blood to purify them. The 6 organs and 5 viscera are like factories. Food, qi, and blood are raw materials. The processing capacity is limited, while food intake is unlimited, so the amount of food must be controlled. Appropriate exercise. Appropriate exercise helps qi and blood circulate, but also consumes qi and blood. The body's microcirculation primarily relies on a relaxed and alert state, which is essential for a healthy body. Waste in the body. The more waste in the body, the more qi and blood are needed to purify it. However, excessive waste can clog blood vessels, reducing qi and blood and leading to adverse circulation. This physiology weakens a person. Therefore, to stay healthy and not age prematurely, one must minimize waste in the body, ensure smooth meridian flow, and enhance qi and blood. Trust in medicine. Trusting test data is not as important as trusting your own feelings. Believe that you have the capacity to regulate yourself, but first, you must be someone who has attained the Tao. Only with wisdom can you discern all these matters. Health from the heart. Health begins with regulating one's temperament. For your health, practice Buddhism. Practicing Buddhism achieves joy, which is the highest enjoyment in life. People with old illnesses. Only with adequate qi and blood, either through the methods of qi and blood supplementation introduced here, or through walking to promote qi flow, can underlying conditions manifest. Therefore, those who practice diligently after reaching a certain level will encounter some illnesses. At that time, one must remain steadfast, calm the mind, and practice more meditation to increase their qi and blood, quickly overcoming this phase. Adhere to health preservation principles. Humans act against health preservation rules, which may not cause immediate illness, but once habits form, the risk of disease increases. This is similar to traffic laws. Violating traffic laws doesn't always cause accidents, but the danger is clearly evident. Maintain a state of hunger and thirst. Why must humans maintain a certain state of hunger and thirst for health preservation? It is actually the marvelous application of emptiness. Taoists teach emptiness to achieve spirituality, and it is this along with humility that makes humans progress, unlike arrogance which causes stagnation. Therefore, humans must regularly maintain a state of spiritual emptiness to always keep calm and healthy. Sufficient internal qi. To be healthy, one must ensure that there is enough qi inside the body to transform and assimilate food. Only then will there be no accumulation of waste, preventing excess food from being released and spreading harmful fire that damages internal organs. This harmful fire also harms your qi. Therefore, modern diseases are mostly caused by irregular eating. Sitting for long periods harms qi. Sitting for long periods harms qi. Prolonged sitting harms flesh, causing stagnant and harmful qi. Overly maintaining stillness lowers the digestive function of the spleen and stomach, disrupts the function of the 5 organs, causes qi and blood to stagnate, reduces resistance, weakens the immune system, and gradually increases sugar, fat, uric acid, and blood pressure. Over time, this leads to more illnesses, mostly due to a weak body with many diseases. For example, frequent colds, lack of appetite, fatigue, fever, abdominal tension, etc. Proverb, the vitality of the meridian. Always be mindful and sharp. The meridian system generates creativity. If you truly understand your meridians, your innate wisdom is unlocked. Teachers who educate people and doctors who treat diseases are actually pointing out and unlocking your meridian system. This system is sometimes called the pivot. Of course, activating this system has conditions. Much like qi, only when it reaches a certain concentration can it catch fire. Remember, the effects of others are external factors. You are the true internal cause. Discovery and invention. In reality, many genuine discoveries and inventions require essential creativity. It's not about the knowledge systems in books, quite the opposite. A person who has not undergone any systematic education but has high innate intelligence is open-minded and can truly perceive the essence. Music and mood. Music is something humans most detest because it can disrupt language and the mind. Externally, it can ruin tasks. Internally, it can affect qi and blood, disrupting normal functions. Emotions like joy, sadness, anger, doubt, and worry are all disruptions, the root of disease and short life. Not only should one avoid disruptions when preserving health, but also in normal times, one must avoid mental disturbances. Harmful factors to the liver, kidneys, and intestines. Excessive alcohol harms the liver, excessive lust harms the kidneys, overeating harms the intestines, worry harms the spleen, excessive anger harms the late-stage liver, and harms the spirit. Weak heart and illness. All illnesses are caused by a weakened heart and excessive external invasions. Whenever the mind is chaotic and the body is not strong, various anxieties arise. Qi and decision. Qi must flow smoothly and decisions must support qi. Although they are separate, they are like one. Generally, people who use their eyes excessively damage their blood. Lying down excessively harms qi. Sitting excessively harms flesh. Standing excessively harms bones. Walking excessively harms tendons. Excessive emotions in the 5 senses harm the fundamental qi, damaging the spirit like a strong flame, depleting yang qi. Treating diseases related to the 5 viscera. First, supplementing kidney qi is the most urgent. Supplementing qi requires strictly avoiding disturbing the mind. Disturbing the mind will cause the liver to flourish, shaking the pulse at the feet. Water will deplete. The mind being disturbed will lead to wind. Wind causes fire. Flourishing fire obstructs water, and obstructed water leads to earth damage. The mind is the root of mental illness. For those being treated, maintaining a stable and harmonious mind allows curing all diseases without needing miraculous medicines. Classification of diseases. human diseases can be divided into two types. The meridians are fundamentally smooth, but qi is insufficient, often showing pain in various places. Their qi is not enough to transform food, producing harmful fire, also called empty fire. Following the meridian's movement, chaos in the body will flow through open areas. When encountering blocked areas, pain arises. Such people find immediate medicine ineffective. The meridians are blocked and there is nowhere for qi to reside in the body, showing no external signs of illness, but once diseases develop, they are severe. No matter what medicine is taken, the effect is very slow or fundamentally ineffective. The main factor is the fundamental pivot that needs to be activated to initiate anything. Newly arising phenomena cannot initiate without activating this pivot, which is the key factor in generating all events, unlike superficial appearances. However, if this pivot is activated, it can influence appearances. Therefore, the pivot is the most crucial factor in the emergence, development, and transformation of diseases. The pivot and the generating pivot are two aspects of the same thing, a pair of yin and yang. When the pivot opens, the generating pivot closes. When the generating pivot opens, the pivot naturally closes. This is the dialectical method. The highest realm of traditional Chinese medicine. The highest realm of traditional Chinese medicine is health preservation. The highest realm of health preservation is nurturing the mind. For health preservation, lower levels focus on nurturing the body, middle levels focus on nurturing qi, higher levels focus on nurturing the mind. Looking at an individual is like observing their spirit. Observing qi is not as profound as observing the mind. Anxious mind. An anxious mind and hurried emotions are the root causes leading to illness and death. The method to keep the mind peaceful is the #1 secret in protecting life. The mind can control everything. A peaceful mind harmonizes evil qi. Harmonized qi smoothens blood. Smooth blood ensures sufficient vital energy, and the spirit flourishes. People with sufficient vital energy, flourishing spirit, and internal resistance will be healthy. Illnesses will dissolve on their own. To treat diseases, of course, one must primarily focus on nurturing the mind. Wind and cold and resistance. Wind and cold, yin and yang in the hot and humid summer can cause diseases, confusion, weak resistance, and allow external invasions. People with weak or frail bodies often suffer from this. Wealthy people who have good protection conditions, such as adequate clothing, have weakened spirit and vital energy resistance. Poor people with strong resistance, if their qi and spirit are sufficient and pores are thick, are less likely to be invaded by diseases. Wealthy people who eat a lot of fatty and sweet foods harm their stomachs and teeth. Poor people often endure hunger with simple food, thus avoiding intestinal diseases. Wealthy people are often idle, leading to many worries. Poor people work hard, resulting in fewer illnesses. Wealthy people do not create fortune but only consume it. Consuming fortune will inevitably lead to poverty. Poor people may need to save, which is creating fortune. When fruits ripen, they become wealthy. If one has adequate protection and adequate clothing, their spirit and vital energy resistance will be weak. If protection is inadequate, resistance will be strong. Avoid harmful actions when recovering from severe illness. When newly recovering from a severe illness, avoid cutting hair, washing feet, and bathing. Seeking longevity and physical health. Everyone desires longevity, freedom from disease, and a healthy body. To have a healthy body, one must regulate spirit and vital energy. To regulate spirit and vital energy, one must eliminate external disturbances. To block disturbances, first one must nurture the mind. To nurture the mind, one must eliminate the 3 poisons: greed, anger, and ignorance. To eliminate these, one must learn the 3 precepts. To maintain these precepts in terms of words and actions, one should refrain from useless activities, clear the mind of foolishness, and achieve concentration. Firstly, to achieve concentration, one must learn to walk meditation, humanity and longevity. To achieve concentration, one must be humane. Being humane ensures longevity, and longevity is true happiness. Practices for nurturing the body and mind. All practices for nurturing the body and mind have secrets consisting of 2 parts. One is generosity, or turning the head to release power, establishing a place, the boundless suffering of Buddha. The other is turning the head to a pointing finger. One must be generous and turn the head. The sick immediately begin to act, the ignorant immediately awaken. This is truly someone with boundless longevity. Overexerted mind and illness. A person who overexerts their mind, becoming mentally exhausted, will cause the liver to flourish. An overexerted mind is a full mind, not empty. A full mind cannot tolerate, leading to wood generating fire. An intolerant mind generates fire. Liver qi will accumulate excessively, and since the liver is a harsh organ, the spleen and stomach will have poor digestive function, insufficient nutrition, and restless sleep. Wood overcomes water, leading to kidney water deficiency. Insufficient water causes fire to flourish. A harmonious mind supports mutual relationships, so a weak mind and qi lead to lung diseases. Internal mutual relationships mean that one issue can affect the whole body. If one part is affected, the entire body becomes ill. A troubled mind is due to arrogance and ambition. Therefore, to treat illnesses, one must calm this troubled mind, which means ending delusions. To end delusions requires a clear mind, which is self-awakening. To achieve health, understanding is crucial, found in walking meditation. Walking meditation and regulating the mind. Walking meditation is a method to regulate the mind. A regulated mind ensures a peaceful spirit, which ensures sufficient qi, full qi, flourishing blood, and smooth circulation. If ill, it can eliminate disease. If not sufficient, it can nourish and supplement. The mind's regulation makes the spirit clear, sharp, and discerning. A clear mind ensures the spirit is luminous and alert, understands principles accurately, sees far and wide without being mesmerized by beautiful scenes, and can comprehend everything. One does not have subjective, incorrect opinions. Great effort arises from this. Keep the mind peaceful when ill. When ill, the worst thing is to cultivate resentment and anger. At this time, one must maintain peace and love. With a peaceful and determined mind, health will recover quickly. A peaceful mind ensures smooth qi, which can eliminate disease. Otherwise, an evil mind will ignite fire, causing qi to rise, leading to loss and worsening illness. A peaceful mind and body allow qi and blood to fully restore health. Z hour and its impact on the spirit. Z hour is from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., associated with the water deity. Lack of water causes fire to flourish, which easily harms the spirit. Thoughts while sleeping. While sleeping, if one has thoughts, the mind cannot rest, making it easy to deplete the spirit. Wu hour and walking meditation. Wu hour is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., associated with the heart. During this time, one can walk meditation for 15 minutes, close the eyes, and nurture the spirit. The mind and qi will be healthy. Wake up early and avoid anger. Wake up early during the early hours from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. and avoid anger during this time. Otherwise, it harms the lungs and damages the liver. Everyone should pay close attention. Spirit is the foundation of prosperity. All life endeavors are based on spirit. The decline or prosperity of the spirit relies on the calmness and stability of the mind and spirit. Even a single disturbance can hinder work, qi and blood, and their dominance. Life revolves around the circulation of qi and blood. Stagnant qi can support blood decisions, while obstructed blood can lead to toxicity, boils, diseases, tumors, and cancer. All these are due to stagnant qi and blood. Establishing smooth qi ensures proper blood decisions. The root cause of all diseases is qi action. Qi blockage inside the liver causes damage. The first method of treatment is the secret of elimination. The elimination secret consists of two types. One is finding its root cause, which lies in the mind. A smooth mind automatically eliminates it, or use medicine and acupuncture to assist, and further eliminate through massage to help qi and blood circulate. Nurturing and treating illness. Nurturing and treating illness cannot be rushed because haste will assist opposite flourishing. It will cause qi to work against, leading to adverse effects. Additionally, one must not be greedy, malicious, or indecisive. Haste and lack of determination cause all illnesses, so one must not be greedy, as it worsens the condition. The mind is fire nature. The mind is of the fire nature. The kidneys are of the water nature. The mind and kidneys interact mutually. Fire needs to descend, water needs to rise. Water and fire balance each other, and harmful qi in the body will manifest in body parts, allowing for strength. This can be observed through the tongue. One can know if the tongue lacks moisture, thus is not flexible. Because fire is governed by the water element, treating the tongue is equivalent to treating the entire body. It can indicate the severity of internal diseases, thereby judging life and death. Self-rescue methods during severe illness. Do not fear death. Believe that your illness can not only be cured, but also make your body exceptionally healthy, long-lived, and enduring. Because your body inherently has this capability, not just by thinking to comfort yourself. Trust and do not need to use medicine or rely on any specific health-preserving foods. You inherently have the ability to eliminate diseases and prolong life. Starting today, decide not to touch your own ill body, not to think about your illness. Regardless of whether the illness is good or bad, do not consider it. Just be carefree. During treatment, do not think about work or regret the lost time. Remain focused. Otherwise, treatment will be delayed, ineffective, and will worsen. Peaceful nurturing method. Lie on the bed, place your body and mind with full concentration, and let your entire body melt as if you have no body. Do not use any force, as if you do not have a body. Breathe naturally. The mind should not use force. Even a single thought is using force. Let your body rest completely, as if you can lead fire downward and water upward naturally. The entire body's qi and blood will circulate smoothly. Cultivating stillness. Observe, avoid using force, and make specific demands. Do not allow any part to use force, including thoughts, breathing, limbs. Achieve. Eyes do not see, ears do not hear, nose does not smell, tongue does not move, mouth does not take in food, mind does not think. This is the only condition. Any behavior, thought, hearing, or feeling is using force. Even moving fingers is using force. Deep breathing is also using force. Soon, breathing will naturally become calm, as if inhaling and exhaling not through the nose, but as if all 40,000 pores on the body are opening or closing. At this point, one is in a state of no ego, no body, no qi, no mind. Naturally, the mind will return to its original position. Leading fire to its origin, also known as water-fire harmony, is the common secret to treating all diseases. Attentive health preservation but dies early. About 30% of people who diligently preserve health still die early. So why? It's because they love their bodies too much, fearing embarrassment, indulgence, loss, and suffering. Worrying, looking around, being anxious, panicking, overthinking, like their hearts are being gnawed by dogs. How can they not die? The more afraid of death, the faster they die. If you want to preserve health, you must not fear death. Only without fear can you stay away from death. Truly fearless people will not encounter danger. If they do, they won't be harmed. They fight without fearing pain. If confronted with weapons, they won't get injured. Why? Because they do not perceive death and are not afraid of it. Death cannot be preserved. Although not the goal of spiritual practice, practitioners see through life and death, thus no longer fear death. Since they no longer fear death, death is no longer an issue. Life and death have passed beyond what cannot be overcome. Therefore, practitioners can live long without even thinking about it, whereas those who do think about longevity die faster. Longevity is not the goal of spiritual practice. It is merely a side effect. People with illness do not admit it. People who are ill do not admit they are ill. This is the greatest illness of humans. If one knows they are ill, how much can they recover? Guarding at midnight. People who guard 3/4 of the night still remain online, which is a major taboo in health preservation. This includes some so-called famous doctors. Moreover, their minds are always calculating, measuring, testing. Such people cannot even maintain themselves, let alone cure others. Do not be greedy. Do not be greedy for small or large gains. Do not be greedy for a single word which encompasses disasters. Greedy overthinking is worse than benevolent thinking, indicating a lack of understanding of the natural law. Do not always think about eating. Do not think every day about what to eat to nourish yin or to strengthen yang. Remember, movement can generate yang. Walking meditation can nourish yin. Yin is the mother of yang, and yang is utilized by yin. Supplement qi when qi is inadequate. When qi is inadequate, do not blindly supplement qi, otherwise it will affect health. If the decision jue is insufficient, first supplement blood because decision is the mother of qi. Otherwise, it will become a burning tool, burning internal organs. If it's due to blocked meridians, increase qi in blood while nourishing qi in blood to achieve the effect of supplementing qi. Scenery and health preservation. Scenery is crucial for health preservation. This is the principle explaining why people in clean air areas, deep forests, and remote mountains can avoid difficult-to-treat diseases. because the refined substances in deep forests and mountains, along with yin electricity, pass through a relaxed state of the person. While breathing deeply and absorbing internally, they nourish the 6 organs and 5 viscera, giving people new vitality. Additionally, many people do not know that humans not only breathe through the nose, but also through each pore on their body. What they absorb is the essence of heaven and earth. Relaxed and calm state. A person in a relaxed and calm state, breathing deeply and slowly, can feel the exchange of their vital energy with heaven and earth. While inhaling, except when the lungs are out of breath, the entire body is expelling internal qi and releasing qi to the outside world. When the lungs exhale, the person is absorbing the vital energy of heaven and earth through the pores. This is essentially what Laozi said: heaven and earth have their paths, the great transcends the petty. 2 prohibitions during exercise. When exercising, there are 2 prohibitions. Do not exercise when qi and blood are insufficient. Do not exercise in polluted environments. Effects of exercise. Exercise has 2 effects: increases the speed of qi and blood circulation and the elimination of waste from the body. Opens the pores on the skin to absorb the vital energy of heaven and earth. Innate nature and wisdom. What is innate nature? What is wisdom? Innate nature and wisdom involve using the simplest methods to handle and consider all things. However, some people often cause disturbances, always seeing simple matters as complex. Making things complicated and simple are actually 2 sides of the same coin. Smart people see the simple side, foolish people see the complex side. Treating illness and believing in karma. If humans cannot cure diseases themselves, they must rely on spiritual healing. If spiritual healing cannot cure the disease, they must rely on Buddha's teachings. What does Buddha teach? Buddha teaches about the mind. Hospitals and courts. Today's hospitals and courts are alike. Whether they intervene or not, they both issue notices and death sentences to patients. Why? Take cancer as an example. In today's minds, cancer equates to a real death sentence. If we do not call it cancer, telling patients gives them a glimmer of hope, like leaving them a chance to live. Therefore, I say that more than half of today's cancer patients are threatened with death, suffering prolonged mental pressure from impending death. Simultaneously, they are also being mistreated by hospitals until death. Once diagnosed with cancer, they may not respect anything and treat you as if your life is insignificant. If treatment results in death, it is blamed on cancer. The truth is, no disease is incurable. It depends on whether your mind can let go. All diseases originate from the mind. All diseases come from the mind. Treatment only requires that you are still alive, still have the opportunity to find this chance. Apply it to treating cancer, and you will regain health. Competition and morality. Nowadays, society talks about competition, which has disrupted all orders, leading people astray and into evil paths. What is competition? Competition leads people to be caught in infinite desires. On one hand, you advocate competition. On the other, you speak about building and stabilizing society. Isn't this a typical example of self-deception and deceit? Mutual support principle of yin and yang. Based on the mutual support principle of yin and yang, purity and turbidity attract each other. Therefore, humans consume fresh things to harmonize with the dirty substances in the body, eliminating those substances. Generation of waste. Waste is generated by consuming impure foods, but mainly by overeating. The body cannot digest it, causing excess food to turn into waste. Natural will. The natural will is the highest realm of health preservation. When a person is born, their destiny is fundamentally predetermined. They know what to do, what not to do, what to eat, and what not to eat. If they can follow their destiny, they can live peacefully without disturbances. A person with innate understanding will discover and know their destiny, knowing what to do and what not to do. So health preservation is not merely imitation or following others. There is no need to admire others. One must discover their own innate understanding from within their mind. So, how can one determine if they have achieved the natural will? In reality, it's easy. When you are ill, feel uncomfortable, or restricted, it means you have gone against nature. You must follow the natural order of the great nature externally and the natural logic of your destiny internally. Both are indispensable. Understanding illness. Many people, when they hear doctors declare a serious illness, often show unhappy expressions, hoping to use methods like surgery or poisoning to eliminate the disease. However, illnesses do not truly originate from that. In the world, there is absolutely no phenomenon where a healthy person suddenly becomes ill. Take a common cold as an example. If truly required, patients themselves will reflect on their usual behavior, such as staying up late, getting caught in cold wind or rain. Some say it's due to excessive work pressure, frequent headaches, or insomnia. These phenomena can be factors leading to a common cold. Moreover, if people's sensitivity and vigilance are sufficient, they can naturally achieve the goal of preventing disasters. Genuine science. What is genuine science? It is karma and retribution. Not believing in karma is not genuine science. A mind without greed, a mind that does not fear loss, does not fear others taking their benefits. In other words, you can endure loss for others, and if someone wants your life, you can still let go and give everything to them. Moreover, in any situation, you do not crave benefits. At that time, your mind may not be calm. How can anyone in the world achieve this? But Buddha can. Confident state without fear of illness. After mastering health methods, people can truly enjoy a confident state without fear of illness. This feeling is wonderful. I hope you and we can both achieve this confident state. Deep learning and calm willpower. With deep learning, the will becomes calm, and a peaceful mind will calm evil qi. Therefore, for someone who has attained the Tao, observing and understanding others is not overly difficult. This is also the result. One's appearance changes based on the mind. Fame and difficulty in overcoming it. Fame is the most difficult aspect to overcome among the five senses, followed by talent, then eating and sleeping. If the mind is focused on fame and does not abandon it, there is no way to enter the Tao. Origin of all diseases. All diseases originate from wind toxins and excessive external invasions. If the body's qi is weak, defensive capability is poor, or one is worried, fearful, indulged in self-destruction, or overworking, the physical qi will deplete, allowing external evils to invade. Treating diseases related to the five viscera continued. When supplementing qi, avoid disturbing the mind. Disturbing the mind will cause the liver to flourish, shaking the pulse at the feet. Water will deplete. The mind acting as a fan will lead to wind. Wind causes fire. Flourishing fire obstructs water. Obstructed water leads to earth damage. Mind concentration and harmony in the healer. For doctors, saying that a concentrated and harmonious mind can cure patients requires the patient's mind to be steadfast and harmonious to treat all diseases. The case of Hitler in treating stubborn diseases. Through Hitler's circumvention of the strong Maginot Line of the Allied forces, it became apparent that to tackle stubborn diseases, one cannot attack rigidly from the front, but must break through from related aspects. For example, treating stubborn diseases like kidney and liver diseases can be effective by adjusting the lungs and spleen, etc. The golden mean and five elements principle. The golden mean is the fundamental principle of health preservation. Human body qi and blood are also a pair of yin and yang. Decision jue is yin and qi is yang. Using decision is the mother of qi. Qi governs decision. Insufficient qi easily leads to diseases caused by stagnation, like tumors or excessive qi affecting the blood vessels, leading to cerebral hemorrhage. Only when qi and blood are balanced can a person be healthy. Realizing naturalness. A person must realize what is natural to be considered as someone who has attained the Tao, understand nature, and then follow the natural will. This person is a divine being who understands yin and yang and the natural will. You will certainly become a great virtuous physician. Naturalness and reproductive processes. What is natural? Naturalness means every object has two sides of yin and yang. Every object undergoes processes of generation, reproduction, growth, harvesting, decay, and storage. If you follow this process, using the generating and overcoming principles of the five elements to regulate the patient's balance, how can you not cure diseases? Simplicity and complexity. Simplicity and complexity are a pair of yin and yang. Complex phenomena are often solved using the simplest methods. Similarly, a problem that seems simple might be very difficult to solve, requiring extensive effort, and might not be resolved. This is like rigidity and flexibility. Excessive rigidity can be countered by flexibility, but rigidity cannot resist flexibility. Therefore, when solving problems, think that if you encounter a complex issue, find a simple solution. If you encounter a simple issue, do not underestimate it and pay adequate attention. Morality in the world. Let's see if such morality exists in this world. Are there people who can follow naturalness in eating and sleeping? Are there people who can adhere to naturalness? Why can't you follow it? Because it's too simple. Because it's too simple, it's not easy to adhere to. This is called the dialectical method. Balancing yin and yang. What is balance? Balance is the mutual existence and restraint of yin and yang. Any aspect that is excessive or insufficient will lose balance and harm the fundamental qi. Regularly maintaining a state of balance ensures that the fundamental qi is well maintained and a person will age slowly. The Tao of Yin and Yang. The Tao of Yin and Yang is mutual support, relying on each other and transforming each other between two opposing aspects. Any pair of conflicting elements, if one side separates from the other and no longer suppresses the other, it will soon perish. Look at today's society. Leaders do not like being controlled, prefer independence and freedom, like to do as they please, engage in embezzlement and bribery. What is the result? It is predictable. Yin and Yang are like this in the great nature. When something appears, it brings along factors it generates, but simultaneously, factors to restrain it also appear. This is the principle of the five elements' mutual generation and overcoming. It is also the principle of mutual suppression of yin and yang. Therefore, the principle of health preservation is the same. When you are ill, there is always a factor causing the illness, and at the same time, there is a factor suppressing it that can help eliminate the disease-causing factor, similar to the natural world. Where there is venomous snake, there are definitely herbs nearby that can detoxify. Achieving intentional loss of form. What is intentional loss of form? It is forgetting one's inherent appearance due to gaining intent, losing control, losing the suppression of the yin aspect. Therefore, the result is inevitable. People should not let their spirit decline, as this will lose the suppression of the yang aspect over them. Great wisdom. How to attain great wisdom? Without a generous heart, how can one have great wisdom? Proverb, live old, learn old. Learning must also be timely. At each age, learn what you should learn at that stage. Otherwise, it will not be timely and will not follow the natural will. But look at our current education, from kindergarten to university. How many things are worth learning when young? What should be learned? Learn morality, filial piety. Next, learn to recognize letters and punctuation. Then learn how to work. In youth, learn how to live well, educate children well, make the family happy. In middle age, learn health preservation. In old age, learn how to let go of the mind, maintain a peaceful state, and enjoy old age. What should education teach? Exactly these things. Emotions and the five emotions. Emotions, the 7 human feelings related to illness, are closely interconnected. Some illnesses are caused by emotions. You take medicine and treat them forever, but cannot cure them. For these types of illnesses, to rid them, you must find someone to tie a bell. The 5 emotions can cause illness, and the 5 emotions can also eliminate illness. Health preservation without fear of death. Health preservation has a very crucial rule: do not fear death. Those who fear death lack sufficient yang qi, and lacking yang qi, death will find you. This is what Taoists teach. Practitioners need to have heroic qualities: benevolence, wisdom, courage. At least one of the 3 is indispensable. Theoretical learning. When you adopt theoretical learning, it becomes extremely simple and plain. At this time, you have truly achieved one of the 3 jewels. If you still find it grand, deep, and immeasurable, it means you have not grasped its essence, only seeing the lush part of the tree without seeing its foundation. At this stage, you are still in the phase, not having reached the realm of the void. Everything cannot escape yin and yang. All things cannot escape yin and yang. The foundation of this is yin and yang. Knowing this, everything can be accomplished. Focus the spirit. Focus the spirit, concentrate qi, forget yourself and everything else. This is the core of health preservation. Clarity and health preservation. Clarity must follow peace. To preserve health, one must live long. The life and death situation is not dangerous. The world will prosper, and those lacking clarity will encounter great dangers, causing the Tao to obstruct and the body to be damaged. Therefore, to preserve health, one must carry calamities in the world, and families and clans will face great severe prohibitions. Applying the 5 elements mutual generation and overcoming. Generally, excessive activity of the 5 organs causes diseases. To treat, use the 5 elements mutual generation and overcoming methods. Similarly, if the 5 elements do not adequately initiate diseases, use the 5 elements mutual generation and overcoming methods to resolve them. This is the fundamental principle of applying the 5 elements. Focus on quality of life. Modern people often focus on the pursuit and elevate the quality of life. The consequences of this pursuit are terrifying. One must know that human desires for material things are limitless. When these desires are uncontrolled, it is equivalent to our endless suffering. In reality, material things can bring enjoyment, and so can the spirit. Medicine can treat diseases, and psychological therapies can also work. Therefore, using a lifetime to pursue material fortune is pointless. Use that time to cultivate a good mindset, allowing our spirit to reach an extraordinary realm. Confident state without fear of illness, continued. After mastering health methods, people can truly enjoy a confident state without fear of illness. This feeling is wonderful. I hope you and we can both achieve this confident state. Intelligent and functional body. Our body is an intelligent and functional entity. Our body has many guards like teeth, appendix, tonsils, etc. When something happens normally, like rising fire or receiving wind, these guards immediately react and report to the cerebrum. A smart person should regulate their mindset and self-reflect to restore bodily balance and harmony. However, nowadays, what does Western medicine do? You are in pain, right? I will remove the painful part. Nowadays, some have even invented a machine. If you have a runny nose, allergies, you must sneeze, right? So I will burn the sensitive nerves in your nose. This way, your nose will not be irritated for a while. The consequence of such Western practices is that later, if you get sick again, the removed part will be the 6 organs and 5 viscera of your body. Overusing medicine when ill. Remember, when you randomly have a stomach ache, sneeze, cough, have a fever, or are confused, your body's recovery system is working. Do not overuse medicine when symptoms first appear. Otherwise, the medicine will destroy your body's recovery functions. When your recovery functions are weakened or lost, you have entrusted your fate to the medicine. Remember, if the illness is not severe, the best method is peaceful nurturing. A calm mind can allow your body's repair system to complete recovery. Each of us needs to be careful when using medicine to allow the body's recovery system to restore functions. This is the true Tao in maintaining health. Hatred and illness. Many severe or incurable illnesses originate from hatred. When this hatred disappears, the illness also dissipates. In this world, the most difficult thing to resolve is prolonged hatred, because unresolved hatred leads to incurable diseases.